Hello, our viewers. Greetings to you and welcome to Family Room. It's where we convene family conversations and everything concerning the family that you need to know so that you can improve on your family. So tonight we are blessed to have a guest with us, and he is our mentor. He is a family therapist, someone that really edifies our spirits, and we learn so much from him. You're most welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Please, you can introduce yourself to the followers.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for giving me this time to talk to our communities.
Yes.
My name is Richard Chibira Kadoko. I am a family therapist.
Yeah. You're most welcome. We are
Thank
happy
you.
to see you. We are happy to have you again. I know it's not our first time. And our previous conversations, I got comments and feedbacks. There were actually people learned a lot. And I'm sure we are looking forward to learn even more today. So my name's Emelte Kaminga. I'm your host tonight, and keep tuned. Our topic today, we're going to look at marriage in today's era and the technology era that we are in. Our marriages are suffering. I mean, when you compare to how marriages used to be done and the way it has progressed and evolved along the way. But now the era where we are right now, it is so scary. Even to the young generations, the people that are coming after us, they're like, will there be marriage after this? If it will be there, how will it happen? How will it, you know, because we have so much. People don't have patience. You know, a couple, like a woman, the husband, they quarrel, just something that can be solved, but you find everybody doesn't want to listen to the other. No one is willing to sacrifice. Then they are fighting. In their mind, they're like, it's my right. I have the rights to come late home. I have the rights to take however much alcohol I want. I have the rights to do, you know, what I have done. So nobody is willing to submit. Nobody is willing to ask for forgiveness. Nobody is willing to make things right. What are we going to do?
It's a wonderful question you brought, which is so wide.
Yes, very wide.
First of all, who are the people who are getting married today? Were they ever parented?
Okay.
Because the parenting builds the structures through which we view the world, understand the world, make decisions, do everything.
Okay.
Now, if the right environment was not there, because a human being, even animals, the one fuel that makes them what they are is love.
Okay.
Now, love is no longer understood. Love,
What is love? If I may ask.
today, love is something that is not even understood.
And people will tell you, there's no love, there's no more love. Love does not exist.
Because what we have now is lust.
Oh,
We don't have love.
okay.
We get into a relationship on a bargain. I want this. Will you give me this? For men, it is sex. I want sex. I want somebody to show off, a beauty to show off to others that I've got something better than them. For that, I will provide. And for you, you'll say, okay, will you really take care of me, maybe with my mother? That's the bargain. You are not really in a marriage.
And on that foundation, a family starts.
I'll say this. Most people who pretend to be married are couples.
Okay.
We are just coupled, like you see these trailers.
Yes.
The tractor has its own number plate and logbook. And the trailer has its number plate and logbook. They are just coupled to accomplish something. At any one given moment, they part.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, but that's how I see the community I live in.
Yeah.
That's what we call marriage today. And people like calling themselves couples. We are not couples. You're just coupled, you're not married. When you are married, it's like getting two broken pieces of metal. You bring them together and weld them until they are one piece.
Wow. Okay.
It's a process. It doesn't happen once. That's what marriage is.
Okay.
So we are talking about these coupled people.
Yeah.
And definitely what we're trying to talk about does not fit in their contracts. Because they're together by contract, not by covenant.
Okay. Even though they thought they were in covenant marriage.
No. It's a contract. Do you know why I say it's a contract?
I get where you're
I
coming
have
from.
to go to government to give me a certificate
Yes, a marriage
of
certificate.
the contract. Government does not give a certificate of a covenant.
Yeah.
So if we are at the level, this is a contract. It's like I went to the market and bought some things. I took them home. If they don't, like I bought tomatoes, if they rot, I throw them away. I can't take them back.
Wow. Okay.
In a marriage, we are in it for the long run. We are entering an institution of God. We learn to love one another. Now people say, I fell in love. Now, if you fell in love, then you can fall out of love.
I know.
It's natural.
Okay. Okay. So
People married.
what should we say?
People married because the family values of the family of the wife and the family values of the man meet. And they bring this new unit to produce children. I always tell young men, never marry a woman if you're not sure the kind of grandchildren she's going to give you.
Grandchildren.
Children.
Why not the children to begin with?
The children don't show your mistakes. They're too early.
Oh,
It's your grandchildren who are going to show you what has gone wrong.
really? Okay. Okay.
Now,
Oh, yes, I think I get it. Because now your children will be reflecting you in their children.
yes. But they have amplified you on a more structural basis. The biology we have done, me and my wife, will repeat itself in my children. It will become genetic, inheritable in the
Their
grandchildren.
Okay. All right. Okay, so yes, unfortunately, that's not how it is done today. Today, some people even meet on social media. Some
Yes.
are on a distant
So what they are doing
relationship.
is what is right for them.
Or we should say what is available for them.
No, that's what is right for them. To change it, we have to have people who are committed to repeatedly repeat a message until a few of them will
Can
pick
have
it
it, can
and
take
change.
Wow.
I don't have to drop the one I'm coupled with now. No. I learn to love this one. If I learn to love this one, even the children who are already born will be bathed in the love. It will change them.
Wow.
Me and my wife, without knowing we are coupled. Though, me, because I'm a bastard, I am not able to have casual relationships. Others, on the other end, cannot bear permanent relationships. So they are like bees. This flower to there. They have nowhere. No one can claim them.
Yes, they cannot settle.
That's how they feel secure.
Okay.
They feel loved, valued because of the numbers.
Okay.
It makes sense to them. It does not make sense to you who is observing.
Yeah.
But it's not men now. Even women do the same.
Yes.
It is changed. The landscape is new.
Yeah, I mean, everything is mixed up. So
We blame technology. Technology is not what. Technology never does anything wrong. We make technology do what is wrong.
okay, so it actually helps us apply what is in our mind.
It is us
Who are using
expressing ourselves there.
Okay. Yeah, because when you say that,
If you parented your boy well, he can be exposed to porno, to alcohol, but something in him will always say, no, that's not
we
me.
don't do
And he'll walk
this.
away.
Wow. Okay.
If you did not, he'll find where he fits. And he'll do it. And it will be natural.
Or you can be easily taken with anything. Everybody who is going anywhere, they would go to.
He has no roots.
He
So
has
any
no
wind
roots.
will take him.
Yes.
If there's a new fashion, he'll do it. Anything will take him. He has no principles.
Okay, and the roots are provided by the parents. It is the work of the parents.
Parents, by loving one another, provide the environment this new being can blossom in.
Wow. Okay.
Without true love is a noun. No. True love is a verb. You work at it every day. Men who are genuine will tell you, if I met a young lady, I'm now old, a young lady can make my juices run, and I forget who I am. Now, when we get into why I'm using my age and a very young girl of about 25, we make a mix which the brain is totally out.
Whose brain?
Both. We lose our brains, we are not there.
Okay.
We do something so weird. Now, when we get there, you just count 120 days. I'll wake up one day when the juice that has made this woman very beautiful is not there. And I'll say, how did I end up with this ugly person?
Now the senses are back.
They're not senses. It's just chemistry.
Oh.
The chemical,
It's the chemical.
oxytocin, that gave me the high, is wearing out. In 120 days, it's going down. And as it goes down, I suddenly see you as ugly. Everything that made you look beautiful is gone, however beautiful you are.
Okay.
And it will take me some time before another dose comes in and I can see you as that wonderful thing. Now, if we are putting the future of a nation on the play of chemicals in a body, we are playing a gamble that is not worth betting on.
Wow, yes. Because this is a life, their lives
Because
and generations.
what if I've seen you and you've made my oxytocin go up? I'm walking and I see another woman who gives me a bigger high. Can I remember where I left you?
No.
I'll go away.
You go with the other one.
Yes, because this one is giving me a better high.
Wow. Okay.
Now, that is where we are. And some of us are in our marriages simply because, what will they say? I call these people to my wedding, what will they say? But we're not there.
Is that a marriage? Is it worth to stay?
No, it's not a marriage. I told you we are couples, though we are pretending it is marriage. There are few marriages.
Yeah, because we've seen people who just reside under the same roof, but everybody has their room.
No, you're talking about the hotel home?
Yes, the whole, but we are in a home, and outside they know we are married, Mrs. So-and-so, Mr. and Mrs.
If people knew the secrets in homes, it will be shocking. Counseling is a way disillusions a person and you lose faith in humanity. I see ugly things on a daily basis.
How can we make them beautiful? How can we change?
To change them.
So they can be better.
To change them is educational. Because the brain is not working.
Education? You mean like we should include marriage lessons in the high school or? No,
it cannot even work like that. You even make it worse.
But why are we studying everything else? Not
this thing marriage? We are doing here makes sense. It's not a class. It's optional. You can listen or not listen. You may view, you may not. You may like it, and if there is a seminar, come and attend, or you may not. It's optional. Because it is optional, it's not brought to the level of a must as education is. So I'm forced to make some choices. Those small bits of choices that I'll make are what will add up to something that will change my entire life.
Wow, so yeah, that is very true, correct, because I've seen people read every other book, listen to every other video, but when it comes to things that would help us make our families better.
But even people do read marriage books.
Yes, but a few.
But when you read the books, they don't make sense.
Oh, they don't understand.
But these are letters that your brain is picking just like it picks any other letters, and you store them somewhere.
Yeah. Sometimes you can read it.
When we are in a seminar, and I'm standing, or you're standing, and you can make eye contact with these people, it's a totally different game.
It's different, true. Yeah.
As long as you have a marriage behind you, then your eyes will pass on the chemistry to these people.
All right. Yes.
When we're doing this video, when they look at us, they are picking a certain energy from us. If we are fake, when there's nothing at the back of us, they will feel it. They won't watch it.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing. When we watch movies, these actors act so well, they make you believe it is actually happening. Even though you know that this actor acted in that film and that one and that one and that one.
Yeah.
Now, for us, we're not acting. We are coming from home where we have achieved something and we can share it. So my whole body sends out a certain energy which they pick.
All right, thank you. We are still talking about how we can maintain our marriages in this technological era. You already said technology is not the problem, but the way we are using technology,
it's the people.
And unfortunately, the people have really took it to another level where you find somebody who was created male, they want to change themselves to become female. And others who have been created female, they want to become male. So we are not seeing the picture of the family.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad. Certain things occurred during pregnancy. So the spirit got confused, made a body that does not fit it. later on in life they are dissatisfied and they want to change the body. But even though they change the body, the spirit that is confused will remain confused. It won't work.
So you mean it starts from the time of conception?
Yes.
How?
There are many things there. I don't know, we need this full-time seminar where we can bring out all the details so someone can grasp. When we do these short videos, we are sort of canvassing a lot of things.
Yeah, we are touching here.
There, one has to be specific to learn how does this blob of cells turn into a person, and when is sex determined? What are the external environmental factors that will determine the sex? We always thought we have two sexes. We no longer have two sexes. We have people who have got XXY chromosomes. We have people who have YYX chromosomes. Now, these are people who will never feel okay in the body they have. They cannot.
Wow, that's
we have
interesting.
homosexuals. Homosexuals are designed by their fathers. In Kampala one time they told me to go to Parliament and talk about it. I said, no, you are offering me money, but I don't work for money. I'm not going to compromise what I know and speak for you. They promised me a mansion in South Africa and one here, a car here and South Africa. They promised a lot. But I said, all that means nothing to me. I will be betraying who I am. I know if you put me in Parliament, what I'm going to say is that instead of punishing the homosexual, kill the fathers.
So what is the role of the father? How does it happen?
It's the father who determines the sex of the child.
Oh, I thought
how
it
he
is...
loves his wife, how present is he, is what produces the hormones that decide the sex of the child.
Okay. That is interesting.
Mom, you carry.
Yes.
But this one is the one who makes certain things happen. Now you can imagine the kind of things we are doing. My wife is pregnant. I've got another woman there. I have another one there. I'm telling like, I have gone through this as a person before I learned this. At one time I had two women. You tell lies. I'm at work when you're not. I'm going here when you're not. There are many things you say. And the time comes, it looks like it's natural. The children who are born there are 4. Because both women got pregnant. I've struggled. I know what it means. Because I've never ceased crying. They are making up. They are better. We have improved. We have reached somewhere. I should be very proud. But in the privacy of my life, I know I did this damage.
Wow.
Others, they are not even bothered. They don't know. It's okay.
It's normal. I mean, almost some cultures take it normal, by the way.
No, when the culture takes it normal, there are things they do that make it okay.
Oh.
When it is cultural.
Okay.
There are things they do. Now, here we are, stepping it. I'm half Christian. I'm not cultural. I'm in between there. Pushed by peer pressure. I do things without any knowledge.
Okay.
So I'm doing things wrong, but I think I'm okay. Because my friend has got 10 women and they have got children, and it's all right. We never sit down to assess how are our children faring in the world. One of the worst things, most of these very hard children are the best academicians. Why? Because they cannot have a social life. The brain has put all its power in intellect, disregarding all other things.
Okay.
So they excel. But most of them die of cancer.
Yeah.
When the body is forced to take a lot of energy to do what it has to do so that you can excel and be seen in the world as successful, you create cancer.
Yeah. And I think in most times there's a vacuum in their life that they're trying to fill, and so they use so much energy.
I always tell people, one of the worst wounds I've seen is a father wound. It is only bested by a mother wound. When a mother loses motherhood and neglects her children, it is horrible.
Wow, yes, that brings me, thank you so much for bringing that up. Now that one brings me to the, where, yes, we attribute it to the technologies, but we've seen it's not even technology. But we have so many divorces these days. And that one would definitely...
And we are proud.
I mean, somebody will tell you...
we are doing what we call divorce parties.
Really? Eh.
And it is a big bash.
Okay.
Somebody, they are divorced in court, the day they are given their divorce.
And they celebrate.
It's better than a wedding.
Oh my God.
Now you ask yourself, what is this? One gentleman told me, after he successfully divorced, in the last two and a half years, he has been with 300 women.
Eh?
And he has the names, date,
Jesus.
contact in a book.
Eh. Eh. Okay.
It's that bad.
It's terrible.
He's still celebrating. He's saying, I got out of that one. Now, when he was telling me, I said, am I talking to a human being or is he a machine?
I think.
Is he reasoning anymore or not? Deeper conversation, everything is a mess.
Yeah. That's like kind of...
So we are talking
about
something. No, it's not an addiction. He's not yet reached.
There was a force behind it?
He's not reached an addiction yet.
Is it an evil
He's an abuser. No, it's not.
Him?
There's nothing evil. He's saying, at last I'm free. Let me enjoy my freedom.
He's celebrating him getting out of the cage. Let me use that word.
It's bad.
Marriage cage.
I just hope Rwanda don't go the way Uganda has gone.
Well,
and it is, you know, when the elite do it, others will follow.
Of course. Yes.
Because they see, these are the educated, these are the big ones in the government, and they are doing this, so they're like, it's becoming a big issue.
That's terrible, yes. So it is bringing us now to this life of having no mother, of having no father, and then we end up...
Single parentage.
Yes.
A child is supposed to grow with two poles of love. The feminine and the masculine. Take off one, and the brain won't wire well. We talk about the brain mainly because it's what has been scanned. But your mind is not in the head. It's all over your body. It means everything is gone. The work that needs to be done is enormous. But some people have to sacrifice their life to do it. To be there, to be talked to hear the garbage these people, the things they do. When we are dealing with addicts, there's an addict who eats poop. And you can imagine somebody's telling you that me, I enjoy eating poop. You say that.
Yes.
And you look at a man who is responsible in society, doesn't want this out. He's doing it. A part of him is disgusted with what he's doing, but he's incapable of stopping.
And all those are effects of what happened earlier in his life. In his
The one I'm
life.
talking about buys prostitutes to give him boo.
Eh. Why? Okay.
So
That's
why I said
it's
this,
something,
to give the audience a chance to know, why are we in this? Why are we fighting? Why are we wasting time to come here and talk? There's something bad happening out there, and we need to save people from going there.
Yes.
If there's no one who's going to do it, we will head there.
And it is eating up our families.
Yes.
Families are suffering, and we are actually concerned. My children, they are young, but they ask me, so what about our generation? Is there even going to be marriage?
Yes, kids. These days, kids are brighter than us.
Yes.
So they're asking questions which are too big for them.
They're telling me, there are no, girls are just materialistic.
Yes.
How are we going to, who are we
My
going to
daughter
get
was
married
laughed
to?
at the university. He said, your family is old-fashioned. You're at university and your dad and mom are still living together. They still love each other. And for them, it was like, it's not heard of.
Oh, yes. It's outdated.
So she's this type who is funny. She has her strength. So she'd come back and say, but you people, you're missing. I can go back home and I'm sure my dad is there.
Oh my goodness.
My mother is there. We are not rich, but they are there. If I have any pain, I can walk home anytime and they are there for me. We ended up being parents for many of our friends. They come home.
Oh, wow. That's a beautiful thing. Yes, I mean, I can imagine what they go through, especially the children. You know, the people, the husband and the wife have decided they don't want to live with each other anymore. But most of the times, those decisions are selfish. How about the children?
No, on the outside they're selfish. Internally, they're not selfish.
Yeah.
I don't have the capacity to live with the burden of another. Not a burden financially, but emotionally. I am empty. So how am I going to manage a woman who is demanding something from me that I don't have? And the woman on her side also saying, how am I going to stay with you when I don't have the capacity to be the woman you want?
But if we are not able to give to each other, how about our children? What is going to happen?
They are an accident. You talk to them, that's what they'll tell you. They even go as far as saying, I didn't know. You should never have got pregnant.
Yeah.
And you say that, even if the child is not there, they always pick it.
Yeah, I mean, yes. Even the way you handle yourself.
It's a terrible thing
even
that
before
we're
they
doing.
decided to separate, divorce, like, their children have already suffered it.
Yes. Whites have formed societies of children of divorce.
Hey.
They have nowhere to go, so they come together. They have got their problems.
Oh, God.
They're unsweeted. In life, they find themselves addicts, they find themselves sick. There are so many things that come out of divorce.
May God have mercy
which we
upon
don't
us.
see.
Okay, now, thank you so much. But as we come to the end of this session, please tell us, advise people who are in marriage or maybe who are coupled together, but they are still there. How can they not be victims of technology, yet they are the ones that are actually victimizing themselves?
The very first thing they need to know is accept their pain. The pain of not having been loved enough. Always when somebody comes to me and says, no, my relationship with my dad was fantastic, we loved me so much, I always say, you are covering up what happened. And they always end up crying. Few dare come and say, I don't have a relationship with my dad. My mom left me with my grandmother. My grandfather was dead, or we're alone, and this happened, we suffered in this way. Many people think that when you provide, it's enough. It's not.
Especially
provision
men.
is not anything. No, even ladies now do. You know, do you notice that there are fewer and fewer women?
Yeah.
You don't see it.
I'm seeing it.
What I'm saying is, you can look at a woman who has a figure of a man. You can see a man with a figure of a woman. Those now are many. Sometime back, it was rare. 60s, you'd rarely find a woman who is not a woman. Bodily. But now the change is so big that even the bodies are
changing.
Are going. People who are married and not coupled, the longer they stay together, the more their futures merge. So when you look at their marriage photographs and you look at them now, they resemble. I used to ask, what happens to the bonds? How do they change? It didn't make sense. Now it makes sense. The closer we are, the more we share, the more our structures change. But by the time you see the structure change outside, even we think alike.
Wow.
When we start reaching that level, we are coming to a maturation where we can now mentor the younger ones who are in a mess. But there are less and less couples like that.
Unfortunately, we would
Married
wish to have
people
more.
are few, so few. It hurts.
Yeah, it's hurting.
Having eyes that have respect and trust, a nose for understanding, a mouth for love, is rare.
Okay.
But it's not lost. God gives us hope.
There's still hope.
As long as there are the few who still have, whatever the relationship is, we can build from there because of something that I am proud to talk about, which they call neuroplasticity. The neurons in the brain, the spinal cord, and all the parts of the body can grow. The ones we need most are the ones which most people say from the primitive brain. The first part of the brain where love actually exists as a structure. There is where we need most growth. And stem cells are there. Meaning if we do what we do, if we can give new stories to people, then that part will change, changing everything.
Yes.
We have hope.
Thank you so much. That one now has touched, you know, technology, yeah? The social media platforms that we have today. Most of the testimonies that are there are the testimonies of the people who have failed in marriage. They're the ones who come up and say, he did this and this, she did this and this, and we ended up divorcing. So young people are actually getting scared. They even write it in the comments. They're like, is marriage still existing? Is love even there? Everything is a scam, you know? So they believe so much in those negative things that they see and hear every other time more than the good or the positive side.
It's because we are not putting our voice there. We are allowing the other ones to put the voice there. When I was growing, there used to be these novels called Meal and Bone. And people liked them. They read them and set expectations there for their marriages, only to find it doesn't work like that. Most people who write those novels have got failed homes. So their fantasy is what they write. And we buy into it. And when you get into a relationship, it's not the same. Everything goes.
Wow.
We need to be there. We need a presence there. We need to make a new narrative for the people. Once they have the narrative, the brain will do what it has to do, and they'll be okay.
All right, all right. Thank you so much for having time with us. Thank you for coming, and thank you all of you who have viewed and followed the conversation. I hope you have picked a thing or more that is going to help you amend your relationship and your marriage, and actually stop making technology an excuse of not you having a beautiful marriage. You can actually work on it. You can have discipline. I know some people are addicted to the phones to the extent that even when they are at home, they don't talk. Everybody is having their own phones there in their own rooms.
And they were seated at the dining table, and the husband was texting the wife, who is seated next to him. And I was it's that bad.
It's that bad. Anyways, even the children. So God bless you so much. All we wish for is for you to have a happy marriage, and that's what God takes delight into. Shalom, shalom.